No.
Apparently not.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the May 23rd, 2017 meeting of the Town of Wareham Board of Selectmen. We initially opened the meeting at about 6:10 p.m. tonight and went immediately into executive session to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property if the chair declares that an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body, and that declaration was made. We came out of executive session at about 6:55, and we're just getting back into our regular business now. May we have another roll call, please?
President of Selectmen Tropiano, Scasiotti, Mrs. Whiteside, Alan Slavin, Peter Teitelbaum, Town Council Rich Bowen, and Town Administrator Derek Sullivan has the plague. Yes.
Let's see. Pledge of Allegiance.
I'll get Phyllis. Still love it.
Yeah. Would you lead us, Phyllis? Okay, is there anyone who would like to speak to the board tonight?
Announcements, Peter.
Oh, announcements. I skipped right over those? I did.
Yeah, it's okay.
Go ahead. Patrick?
Tony? Mrs. Whiteside.
Yes. I have a couple. You can see that somebody bought a 6-quack of ducks for the selectmen and their best buddies. The duck race fundraiser for the library begins at 11 o'clock on Saturday, the 28th, for decorations and stuff. At 2 o'clock is, what's it called, start time when you do a horse race?
Start.
Post time, thank you. Post time for the ducks is 2 o'clock.
Cook the ducks at post time.
No, oh God, okay. The Relay for Life, which has been advertised all over town, and that's what the purple ribbons are for, starts at 5 o'clock on the Newt Anderson track, which is right beside or across the street from the middle school. It is an event for the Tri-Town area to raise money to beat cancer into submission at some point in the future. And last, the Onset Bay Association and Gallery Consignment Store have partnered with the CORE, which is a 501c3, why am I having trouble? Thing, raising money to rebuild Lopes Playground. $25 raffle tickets are available at those two places, and we urge you to support the rebuild of the Lopes Playground, which is going to cost approximately $500,000.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. All American Assisted Living in Wareham is having their grand opening celebration June 15th. They basically invite everybody to come in and take a look. It will be from 4:30 to 7 p.m. Applications for the Senior Work-Off Program are still being accepted, so you have a little while on that.
Where did they pick them up? Selectman's office?
Actually, I believe, I'm not sure if Susan's still doing it, but hit the Selectman's office anyways. That's a good start. Okay, we have a yard sale for the Friends of the Wareham Veterans Council. This is raising money again for the moving wall. Friends of the Wareham Veterans Council Inc. having a community yard sale fundraiser, May 29th, 9 to 3 o'clock, Town Hall parking lot. Donations can be picked up or delivered anytime prior to the event or dropped off before 9 o'clock in the morning of the event. Please contact any of the friends to arrange pickup. Okay. Again, I'm going to remind everybody that the Veterans Train from Boston is coming down on the 28th. It should hit Wareham approximately 9:15, and there will be the police and fire honor guards. There'll also be the ROTC honor guard. There'll be some of the band from Wareham as well there. I hope people, at least the veterans, come out and at least salute the train and say hello to all the veterans. They'll be stopping in Boston Brockton, then Wareham, Buzzards Bay, on the way to Hyannis. This particular trip, any veteran that wants to go can go for free. They'll take you there and back, and I believe they're also providing some kind of lunch as well. On the following day, I believe the American Legion and VFW will be doing the cemeteries. Again, for the veterans that passed away, etc. Jimmy Bruce at Morse Lumber probably won't be happy, but I don't have a time frame, so I suggest you call Jimmy and ask him what time they're going to start. Usually they have a tendency to start at Center Park and go from there, but again, usually I'd say 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'd call first. I was driving, I forget where I was, a couple days ago, and I noticed someone with a coffee cup outside his car dumping out the coffee as he was driving along Main Street. And I just looked in my rearview mirror out of curiosity. When he got done dumping the coffee, he then dumped the cup. It just shows how wonderful everybody is with trash lately. We also had the opening of black sea bass season on Sunday. If you live down anywhere near Tempest Knob Terrace and the dock and stuff down there and the boat ramp, by 9 o'clock in the morning, it was not only full, but there were cars with boat trailers parked up and down Oak Street, physically on the garden club's areas that they take care of it at the Narrows and Minot Ave, and also down by the Narrows restaurant where they normally have cars parked for their customers. They were being taken up by boats with trailers and trucks and stuff. It was interesting. I came back about 2 o'clock in the afternoon from the gym, and the environmental police were there with our harbor master, arresting people because they had grossly exceeded the quantity of black sea bass allowed to catch. It's nice to see that we're finally getting some enforcement because they actually were physically, when they saw the environmental police, they started dumping the fish off of the dock so they wouldn't get caught. Didn't work too well. Dead fish float. So again, if you're going to be doing stuff, do us a favor, please follow the rules and regulation. Saltwater requires a recreational license if you're fishing for personal use. If you're fishing commercially, you better have a commercial license because they can take your car, your boat, and your trailer, which is what happened. Wareham Historical Society is going to have their fair on July 4th again over at the Center Park. There'll be a car show this year as well. One other little thing I'd like to mention, the Cape Verdean Cultural Group had their event this past, I think it was Saturday, and they had a very weak turnout. I'm hoping that people support their event a lot more than that. There's, I think the Elks had an event with the doo-wop singers and stuff, and they were maxed out, so it's kind of disappointing. Thank you.
I just have a couple. First off, the Oyster Gala this year, once again, is at Rosebrook. It's from 5 until 8:30 p.m. Tickets are available online at the Cape Cod Canal Region Chamber of Commerce website and also at the Gallery Consignment Shop on Main Street across from the post office. It's always a nice event. The other thing is, of course, we do have the Oyster Festival on Sunday from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. If you're not attending the festival, you're going to want to avoid Main Street. We do have signs up. The flashing yellow police signs are up warning people. Whereas the first time that it's happened on a holiday weekend, we're kind of hopeful that people will see the signs, especially if they're coming into town on Friday night. They'll see the sign and take heed, and if they want to come down to the village and join everybody for the Oyster Festival, great, but if they want to go do other things, avoid the village. And that's all I have there. Citizen comments.
Whoa.
Oh, you had one, that's right.
All right, so I wasn't here last week, and I want to commend the Wareham Police Department for the big heroin bust that included a huge amount of cash and a huge amount of heroin. And not only that, but several days later, then they caught somebody with cocaine, a considerable amount, and recently, as this week, they caught somebody with a huge amount of some other drugs today. Yeah, today or the day before.
Marijuana.
3 pounds, I guess, or something of that nature. So they're really hot and heavy out there, and it's time that we, really start this enforcement, and obviously our police are getting it, and I really want to give them a hand because they are doing what we want them to do. And I hope that the courts listen and that they give them every second of every minute that they can give them. Whatever it takes, everything. Because kids are dying, and they shouldn't be. And that's all I have to say.
Those people were out on the street the next morning.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I have one more. May I?
Yes, go ahead.
The recent international events are something that we have talked about from time to time on this board. You know, you really can't say to other countries, knock it off. You really can't say to segments of society, knock it off. You really can't explain to children why it's not okay to play guns and wars and stuff like that when that's what you see when you turn the television set on. I know that we have a day of amity coming up.
Yes.
Yep. And I hope that we all will join in on that. But I would like to hold hands with my buddies up here and pledge that we are, in fact, in favor of an inclusive society that values every life.
You too. Even a lawyer.
Even a lawyer.
Even two
All the-
lawyers.
All the lawyers.
One dog lawyer anyways.
Thank you very much.
Well, we don't get applause very often, that's nice.
That's scary, though.
Now, citizens' comments? Does anybody like to speak to the board? Come forward.
She got dressed up again.
Sandy Slavin, just to clarify, the duck race is Sunday, the 28th. I thought I heard Saturday, the
You did.
28th. I
It's
just
the
wanted,
tw-
so
thank you.
the duck race is on Sunday, the train is on Sunday, the oyster is on Sunday, so that's the 28th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Busy day.
And actually, the Rosebrook one is actually Thursday, right, Peter?
The Rosebrook event, the gala is on Thursday evening, 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Oh, the one at Lindsay's is Tuesday next week.
And there's a Tuesday.
Oh, that's right, this
Yeah.
week,
And there's a
That's tonight.
5K, there's a whole
right
week.
now, so if you
Yeah.
didn't get to that, you're probably too late.
You missed your lobster biscuit, Lindsay's.
Oh, well. Let's see, moving on, appointments, reappointments, and interviews. We have constables.
We've got about 8,000 constables, don't we? Seems like
Yeah.
we're appointing them all the time.
We are?
It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's fine. Make a motion that we appoint for a term to basically expire June 30th, 2018, Joel C. Thomas, P.O. Box 751, East Bridgewater, Mass. Christy R. DeRocha, 12 Halloran's Way, Plymouth, Mass. That's all I got.
Subject to a query?
Hmm?
Subject to a query?
I believe they do that automatically now.
Yeah, we quarry them.
Okay, second.
It's a requirement of being, that's,
Okay, motion made to appoint by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain. It's unanimous. The papers will be ready in the office tomorrow, your appointment papers. Thanks.
one more.
Here we got a committee appointment.
Okay, we have an appointment to the Wareham Cultural Council.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Mary Beth Cormier, Precinct 5, and I have applied for a position on the Cultural Council.
Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to do this?
In my past life, raising my family, I was part of the school system cultural council. I've worked on scholarship committees. My family and I run a walk every year in memory of my husband to raise funds for Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation, so that I think I have a broad interest and knowledge of cultural arts councils, fundraising, of passing out funds, grants to different groups.
Okay, thanks. Any questions from the board?
No, I just would like to say thank you for volunteering your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, we have a motion, please.
Make a motion for Mary E. Cormier, 84 Gibbs Avenue, Wareham, Mass., to be a member of the Wareham Cultural Council for a term to expire no later than June 30th, 2019.
Second.
Okay, motion by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. It's unanimous. Thank you for stepping up. Let's see, licenses and permits. Under A, we have secondhand dealer license renewals. First up, Clam Shack Antiques.
Okay, I have a license renewal for Clam Shack Antiques, 3429 Cranberry Highway, Buzzards Bay. The license is granted under the town bylaws, Division 2, Article 2, Sections 1 through 3, and the applicable rules, regulations, fees promulgated relative to secondhand license articles. No articles are to be stored, displayed, or offered outside of the described premises or on a sidewalk or public way unless the license expressly so provides.
Okay, is that your motion?
Yes, it is.
Second.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Thank you. Are there any indications in the file that there have been any improprieties at this location?
There's nothing that I have here.
And all the other paperwork is in order?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have a motion by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Tropiano. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain. That's unanimous, 500. Next, Gateway Golden Pond.
Okay, I have an application for a secondhand dealer license for Gateway Golden Pond, 290 Main Street, Wareham, Mass. This license is granted under the town's bylaws, Division 2, Article 2, Sections 1 through 3, and the applicable rules, regulations, and fees promulgated relative to secondhand articles. Conditions: no articles are to be stored, displayed, or offered outside the described licensed premises or on sidewalk, public way, unless the license expressly provides so.
Okay, Selectman Tropiano.
Move that the Board of Selectmen, Board take notice of the administrative file on Gateway Gold and Pawn, Inc.
Okay, motion by Selectman Tropiano, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All in favor of his motion, say aye.
Say aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain. That's taken care of. Now we need a motion on the application.
Which is what I made originally.
Well, make it as a motion now so that we keep our motions in order.
Not a problem. We'll do
See, I
this
got you
again.
because you never say "I move." You just read the applications.
You don't want me to say I move, it's not pretty. My joke of the day, people. Everybody's way too serious sometimes. Gateway Golden Pond, Inc., 290 Main Street. I move that the license is granted under the town bylaws, Division 2, Article 2, Sections 1 through 3, and the applicable rules, regulations, fees promulgated relative to the secondhand articles. No articles are to be stored, displayed, or offered outside of the described licensed premises or on a sidewalk or public way unless the license expressly so provides.
Okay. Motion by Selectman Slavin, seconded by Selectman Scasiotti. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No.
No. What are we?
Okay, the motion fails 2-3. Next, we have an application from the Wareham Village Association.
Hello, Tracy McGraw, President of the Wareham Village
Well-
Association.
Bring your mother up as well.
Are you coming? And Phyllis Deaconess.
Bring me up like
She's on the board.
You want to have them speak first?
Hmm?
Or you want me to make a motion first?
Uh,
They speak
It's
first.
up to you.
Go ahead and tell us about the event, etc.
Yeah.
You're up first.
Give us some sunshine. We could use
We are
it.
so excited to be bringing this festival back to town. We haven't had it since 2011.
Yeah, it's been a long
So we're
time.
bringing it back on Saturday, July 29th, from 10 till 4. We're going to replicate what we used to do, which my mom chaired. The vendors will all be along Merchants Way, and all the children's activities we are planning in Bessie Park. So far, we have 22 secured vendors of food, crafts, and entertainment, and we're working on the children's activities in Bessie Park. So it's been, the response has been just incredible, so we're very excited.
Very nice. Questions from the board, since this is a resurgence.
Yeah, it's great. Great.
Great.
It's a thing we've
Great.
missed.
This is great, right?
Yes.
You know, I've been pestering you and Mr. Brady and Ms. Burke and everybody who's been involved with festivals for the past few years that we really need two things at least going on there in the summer. So I'm glad that the Village Association is still in the festival business, and I'm glad you're bringing this back.
Yes. I
Great.
wish that we could all work together and bring all the festivals back together, but, we
One
can't.
to two is doubling it. You're doing pretty good in
And
one
I'm
year's time.
excited.
So
Very excited.
I can remember being dunked in a tank at that thing one time.
Do you want to again?
we can arrange for that.
Because I can get one.
Thank you for volunteering.
Yes.
You might need a bigger tank now than you did before.
We need a bigger boat.
It was pretty good. It was
Need a bigger tank, Patrick, now?
quite the show.
No, I think you should get all of the selectmen to
Myself
volunteer.
and Paul Foley.
Except for him, because he's got a bad back.
Myself and Paul Foley, we were down there getting dunked.
You will have 5 selectmen who will be volunteered to be dumped.
Fabulous.
Sure.
But
We are working with Nemaska Kayak to get the duck and swan boats as well. However, we were just thrown the ringer by Cape Cod Railroad that now it's a state mandate that we have to have a flagger. So I haven't met with Ron yet about that whole piece, but, so we're trying to get those boats back, but I don't know. So if we can't have the boats, we can certainly have a dunk tank.
Well, where you're having children there, we'd prefer not to have pedestrians taken out by a train in the middle of it, so I can sort of
I
understand
gotta tell you, that water...
their desire for a flagger.
I'm all for the flagger, but it's a weekend.
They fill it up from the hose, it's
Yeah.
cold.
I know.
We're willing to negotiate 50/50 with him, so I'm hoping that that could be something we can do.
you should be able to raise a lot of money by charging for tickets for the dunk tank.
I can't wait to get the dunk tank and have you all up there. This is very exciting.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
train usually comes
And they'll have a
about
ball with us.
9:15 in the morning, Cape Flyer, and then comes back again about 6 o'clock at night.
I might have want to
But
dump one or
we
two
have
myself.
We're working with Cape Flyer and Mass DOT. It's probably not going to happen in time this year, but next year I'm hoping to have a potential of 3 controlled gate crossings on Merchants Way
Awesome.
that we're working on. So we hopefully maybe even have the start of a boardwalk as well. We can
Right,
do more
yeah.
things, so.
Yeah, Derek had talked about that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we just,
Yep.
I just can't get it done for this year, that's all.
Right. According to Cape Cod Railroad, though, my contact in there, Kayleen, who runs the events and whatnot, she seemed to say that it was mandatory, no matter what kind of event, if anyone is crossing those tracks, which I like it because it's 100% on them.
You're not allowed to actually cross the tracks at all.
That's actually considered a trespass, believe it or not.
They don't, they won't
Unless
even,
you have a hired flagger.
yeah, they won't even give you a flagger usually, actually. Because it's actually Mass DOT Rail. Cape Cod has actually been owned by
They're the
Iowa
operator.
Pacific now. They're an operator, but it's actually, all of it's owned by Mass Rail DOT.
But believe it or not, every time you see people fishing over there, they've crossed the tracks illegally. When I was a kid, I was on the tracks illegally, continually. So I've been a scofflaw since I was about that big. But that's, you know, that is the law, that you stay off of the tracks.
We'll get there eventually.
But if they're willing to accommodate you with a flagger, that'd be wonderful.
Right, I agree.
We'll need also from you your insurance binder. I don't think you have it yet for the town.
I don't think I have it yet.
No,
Okay.
but we'll
Yeah.
need that
Yep,
there.
sure.
So
You got plenty of
we'll
time.
make a motion, but it'll be pending, you know, the
Sure.
binder.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to give permission to the Wareham Village Association, care of Tracy McGraw, P.O. Box 484, Wareham, Mass., for the use of Merchants Way and Bessie Park for the following: Swan Festival, Saturday, July 29th, 2017, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No markings were paid on any roadways. It is understood and agreed that the town will be held harmless from all liabilities as to damage to property or injuries to any person or persons. No vehicles or equipment may remain on town property after the conclusion of the event. Any vehicles or equipment remaining on the site will be removed at the expense of the association.
Okay, we have a motion by Clerk Slavin, a second by Selectman Whiteside. All in favor of granting the permit for the use of town property to the Wareham Village Association for the Resurgent Swan Festival, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. It's 500. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
You've got a lot of work ahead of you.
You're going to be there. You're going to have a great time, too.
We're going to be,
And now,
we're going to be wet.
and now you've got a gimp of a vice president, so I don't know what you're going to do with him.
We're going to dunk Gary, too.
It is Gary.
Yeah, we're going to dunk Gary.
I don't think he'll be healed up by then.
I don't know if he's going to be up for that with the shoulder.
The good thing is with the shoulder, he won't be dunking us.
We'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyways, don't worry.
Thank you.
We got 5 very hardy souls here, thank you very much.
Hardy or large?
Take care, Phyllis.
Yeah.
Silly baby.
There you go, Captain.
Okay, next up, town business, the discussion with Dakota Partners, as the media heard, is scotched due to lack of projector. We will bring them back, we believe, on May 6th. Next up was a discussion,
June 6th.
June 6th. What'd I say?
May.
May. Oh, yeah, I was going to say Back to the Future. Okay.
Let's go.
Discussion concerning Swiss Beach Road and Route 6 traffic counts. Go ahead.
We had actually on the minutes we're going to approve, actually had discussed it and also got approval from the board to ask Serpent basically if they would do what they call a traffic count on Route 6, which is a state road where the intersection with Swift Beach Road is. There was some concern, I believe, when the town administrator spoke with Paul Mission from Serpent. What they actually did was there is no cost. Serpent covers all the cost, but because it's a state highway with speed and everything else, Serpent was concerned that their personnel would be a little dangerous walking out onto the highway to put the two different counters up to count. And what they did ask for was if there could be some kind of policeman temporary there just when they set it out and then when they pick it up again. That would be a cost to the town. They asked if we would do them a favor, since they're doing everything else for free, if we could supply some help. I think there was a misunderstanding as if we were going to have to pay for the actual light or a demand light for walking. It has nothing to do with that. It's strictly a count. And what the count does, it measures the number of vehicles in an hour's time. It measures the speed of the vehicles as well. So what happens is, at least for the police, if the speed is kind of excessive on the road, then basically we can go back to the state and ask for the speed to be lowered. The police department can also have speed traps, whatever, to help kind of control this as well. So it's a multifaceted thing that it can do. There is no guarantee, I'll make it clear, that we will get a demand, crosswalk light. There is a crosswalk there, and I don't believe we're going to be able to get an actual light, because I know this was done a few years ago, I think 5 or 6, and there was not enough traffic to justify an actual traffic light. Just as a little quick information as well, Route 6, as far as Mass DOT is looking at several other state roads, they're looking at pushing constantly to see if the cities and towns will take over certain lower traveled roads. Because of 195, et cetera, Route 6 is one of those roads on that list. Hopefully, we never get to the point that we have to basically inherit the road. We probably couldn't afford to keep it up. So it's another reason why the traffic is light, and therefore I don't think anything's going to happen. Maybe there'll be a demand-type crosswalk light, but again, the numbers may not justify it. Thank you.
I would certainly suggest, once we get the results of the traffic study and we find out what people are doing for speed, because I would imagine that's going to be part of the information gathered. It may be that the board will wish to petition Mass DOT to reduce the speed limit in that area from 45 down to 35 or something. It's a similar type road to the existing Cranberry Highway, and actually in that region, you're coming off of a curve before you head into a straightaway, where most of Cranberry Highway is straighter than that, and yet Cranberry Highway is 35 miles per hour, and that's 45. So that may be something that we might think about going forward.
It's actually 50 at that spot.
Is it 50 there or 45? I thought it became 50 after Cremisa, but
I think it's 50, but it's just around that corner. I think it drops down because of the light coming up.
yeah,
Drops right down, but it's 50 right at that
Yeah,
spot.
but I think at
Crazy.
that point, it's 50.
yeah. Well, 50 is a little quick for that. In fact, I think 50 is a little quick going all the way up to Cremisa, but again, perhaps that's something we can take up with the state in the future.
Yeah,
But we need the data first.
I think what the issue is, you got the liquor store across the street, and you also have the Wareham Market there, and there's a lot of people. There's a housing project, right at that intersection as well, and people cross, as they do Cranberry Highway,
Yep.
to get to food. And unfortunately, a lot of people are on their cell phones, driving their cars, not watching, and next thing you know is they've basically got a new horn out of it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they had lots of traffic accidents at that corner, always.
Yep.
It's always been a problem area. We can't afford, by the way, to take over any of these roads. We couldn't afford to plow it. I mean, it takes a gang of 5 trucks and salters and everything else to keep that thing open. We couldn't afford to even plow it.
Yeah.
They wanted us to take over Cranberry Highway, as you know, after they finished the repairs, and that ain't gonna happen either, because
No.
we can't afford to do that either.
We refused to do that. They were going to give us 2 trucks,
Yeah.
take care of the road.
Yeah.
Two trucks,
Not enough. They-
no drivers, and
But they have 5 on it and 2 salters,
And,
and it's just impossible for
Yeah.
us to do, so.
well, hopefully the $1 trillion infrastructure program promised by our president will come to fruition. Let's see, next up on the agenda, here we go, finally, I have 5 of you present, the Selectmen Initiative Projects. You're supposed to give me your 3 things you'd like to work on that I will help funnel through the agendas and give you whatever assistance you need.
I'll start. I only have 2 right now. I'm working on the 3rd one.
Okay, so you get a D right off the bat, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so I can get
Yeah, an
a
F.
bad mark for that. The sewer, I want to get the sewers off and running on their new plan to get it through the different bureaucrats and issues that have come up to get them to where we're on water rates. And I'm gonna make that happen this year if it kills me, and it probably will.
Patrick, they just finally, a couple of days ago, Onset has already agreed, and Wareham finally voted to agree to help them,
To what?
to help the sewer commission do it.
help.
To
Yeah,
give them the
but they haven't
information.
agreed.
Well, we
Agreed.
well,
So
we need a
Onset
shepherd
agreed.
for that.
Onset was always on board, and they were no issue whatsoever.
I found out that the Wareham Fire and Water also just agreed.
Okay, so, well, hopefully, I'm going to try and get
But
that
still
done
needs a
anyway.
push.
Because it's not just that, it's also all the stuff the board needs to do
Yeah.
to get it to happen.
Right.
So I want to keep with that. And the
No,
other
you can
thing
be,
is-
you're already our liaison to the sewer department anyway,
Exactly,
essentially,
and
so.
It's in perfect with what the
Yep.
plan. The next thing I want to do is I want to help get this new EDIC off the ground. I want to be involved in that whole thing. I'd like to be one of the...
Well, we can't call it that because people yell at us, we call it that. It's actually a redevelopment authority.
Whichever, at this point.
I know, we say
what we're
potato,
talking about.
potato, but yeah.
But it's responsible for economic development for all intents and purposes. And, I think we've been lacking in that area for a lot of years now. And, I'm pretty knowledgeable of what goes on in the strips and what lands what and everything else in this town, and I think you guys know that. And I think I can be very helpful in helping to get that going and working and moving and doing something besides just sitting on the table. So
Okay, well, those are two meaty topics. I'll jump to Selectman Whiteside because I know she's champing at the bit.
No, go ahead.
No, you're up.
I'm writing mine down.
Goodness gracious. Selectman Scasiotti, what do you have for us?
Still like to continue to work in the downtown area to get more traffic down there. I started working with some of the businesses down there
Okay,
in order to see what we can't do to get more people to spend time down there, like in Onset.
so the villages, both?
Pardon?
Oh, the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, both villages, yeah.
Both villages, okay, well, I'll give you 2 for 1 for that. You have a third yet, or do you want to ponder something? Okay, we're 2 for 2 on 2.
Does he get a D, too?
Yes, you get to D.
Of course.
What do you get is the question.
I am going to be working on Lopes Playground with the core group,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to be working with the town administrator and the town planner on that as well, because we are looking for state grants.
Yep.
I'm going to be continuing work on the records room. I have been asked by the town planner to help pull out the CEDA records and organize them so that they are in a fashion where we can find things when we need to, okay? I've also been asked by Mr. Sullivan to go through his vault and do a records retention. And the third big one you and I have talked about, and I would rather not talk about it publicly until we have a little further meat on the bone, but
That's fine.
thank you.
It'll be the super secret Selectmen Initiative project.
Excuse me? That's an A.
Secret agent.
Looks like a delta.
I get an A.
You get a pyramid.
Only 3, huh?
Only 3.
Sorry, I got 18.
Oh, I'll stop you at 3, so pick your
We'll
pick
give
your
you-
3 best ones.
Give you 3 easy ones to start with. The master plan that we need to do with the zoning, et cetera. I've been doing pieces of that all along, so we'll continue with that. Regionalization projects between Wareham and the 2 districts, and also Wareham and the surrounding towns for dispatch, et cetera. 2, obviously in transportation, we'll continue fighting on the commuter rail. Piece itself. Also included in that with the rail will be the Merchants Way train station. I've talked to Frank Gay, and we're waiting for a meeting with Derek and stuff to go ahead and actually do something with that station as well. Frank does have some money available for that, as well as a bus station. The major bus station might be down at the Cape Flyer. We'll figure all that out. And obviously the stuff I do with the state and everything else will continue, but there's a lot of other projects, but those are the main ones for now.
Okay, good. All righty, well, thank you.
Does he get a, no. Where's yours?
Mine?
Yours.
You guys are my project.
That's
No, actually,
one.
You don't know the half of it,
F.
Jerry.
You get an F.
That's fine.
You're our project.
Yeah.
That's one.
Turkey.
That's one. You heard one?
You said one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No,
One, that's an F.
It's an F. You're an F.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's an A+.
It's an F.
Yeah.
Actually, it's an FF. You have
She
to
was
ask
a
Sandy
tough
what that
grader.
means.
Yeah, she is.
So I heard.
Okay, do we have any requests to place signs on town property?
No.
None this week?
Before I say
Oh,
that,
yeah, take a look-see, just in case.
this says please sign.
Oh, please sign, not police sign? Okay.
Minutes.
Any other town business not reasonably anticipated 48 hours prior to the posting of the meeting?
We can call Derek.
Anybody?
No?
Hmm?
We'll call Derek for the town administrator report.
Yeah, I think I'll leave Derek alone.
Weenie. Okay, we got minutes.
Actually, we have liaison initiative reports first,
Oh, that's true.
and we even have a bill from our esteemed council.
We do?
Yeah. Right here.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
He's like that. I think he gets a missive from his wife when he's already down here.
All right. Which one you want to do? Liaison? Reports from the board members first?
Yeah, so those.
Patrick?
What?
Liaison reports?
Oh, I have nothing today.
mine's going on now.
No?
Selectman Whiteside? Nothing? Wow, quiet week.
Okay, last night, planning board meeting, there was an A&R that was rejected, which was interesting, last night.
Checked an A&R.
Let's not go into that, because I can't explain it.
Didn't think you
Planning
could.
board approval not required. How do you reject it?
That's going to come to us at some point, so the less said, the better.
Yes. And the other one was 2707 Cranberry Highway. Project was accepted with a lot of conditions. That could be interesting also. Tomorrow is, let's see, I've got Massville Municipal Selectmen's Association. We have a meeting for eastern part of the state up in Boston on Winthrop Square, so it'll be a fun ride to Boston tomorrow. Also, tomorrow night is the annual Serped meeting, and we'll take care of that as well. That's all I got.
Okay, this probably should have gone in announcements, I didn't think of it earlier, but on Wednesday, May 31st, in the Town Hall Auditorium, at 7 o'clock, the town administrator and the town planner are hosting yet another public meeting regarding Tremont Nail, where the latest feasibility study proposal will be presented by Union Studio and Mass Development. So again, that's May 31st, 7 o'clock, Town Hall Auditorium. There's been an awful lot of work done on that by a lot of people in the town government, by our citizen volunteers, as well as the, I'm actually been very impressed with the consultants that were hired with this as well. So people should show up. There's a good chance we can actually do something with that property. And if you'd asked me about that 10 years ago, I would have said you're out of your mind.
Also, I believe on the 3rd of June, I think, is the first meeting on the master plan as well with Ken Buckland. I've got a bill for the law officer, Richard Bowen, the amount of $15,410 for services from April 21st through May 20th, 2017.
Okay, motion to pay the bill by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Tropiano. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500. His children get to eat this week.
Yep. Boys eat a lot of food. Okay, first set of minutes for approval is January 10th, 2017.
Move to approve as presented.
Okay, motion to approve by Selectman Whiteside, seconded by Selectman Scasiotti. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained.
One abstain would be Patrick, he wasn't there. Nope, that's what it says.
You're abstaining, so 401, Selectman Tropiano abstaining.
Okay, the meeting of March 7th, 2017 minutes?
Move to approve.
Okay, should we have everybody there then?
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve by Selectman Whiteside, seconded by Selectman Scasiotti. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500.
Okay, the next minutes are for April 25th, executive session to approve and to hold.
Second. And all were present.
All were present.
Okay, motion to approve and hold by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, they're approved and will be held.
Executive session minutes for March 22nd, 2016. A motion to approve and hold.
Second, no Tony.
No Tony.
You were not.
Wasn't there yet.
I already did.
Okay, motion made by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Tropiano to approve and hold. All in favor, say aye.
Look, chopped liver or something over here?
Okay, you guys want to vote on this? We got a motion and a request for a vote. Everybody say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay, 401, Selectman Scasiotti abstaining.
Okay, next is April 19th, 2016, executive session minutes to approve and hold. Everybody was present.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve and hold by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500.
That's yours too. Okay, next, motion to approve executive session minutes and hold, May 3rd, 2016. Everybody was present.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve and hold by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500 to approve and hold.
Motion to approve and hold executive session minutes of May 10th, 2016. Everybody was present.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve and hold by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. It's unanimous to approve and hold.
Motion to approve the minutes of executive session and hold for May 16th, 2017. Everybody, Patrick was not present.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve and hold by Clerk Slavin, seconded by Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. It's 401 with Selectman Tropiano abstaining. I think I got one more set to sign there.
Leave one out.
Just the one you just did.
Me.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
Oh, the ancient one?
No, the new one.
I had one.
I think I just
Check
gave
to make sure they're all signed.
Yeah, I think I just gave you the 2016 one.
Is that one that you have in your hand, Peter? No. You have one right
You
there.
have one there, you haven't signed yet.
Okay.
So they're all signed?
Yes. Remember, space is the last frontier.
Okay, everything's signed, everything's done. Motion to adjourn by Selectman Tropiano, second.
Second.
By Selectman Whiteside. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, abstained, 500.
Good for you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night, Wareham.
Wareham.